3. So we got the video game, I know, shocker, right? Video game Screamer, the newest game called Screamer. It just released on PS5 this past Friday, and guess what? Thank God for making me wake up that Friday because I pre-ordered it from Best Buy and they told me my order was going to be delayed, so I instantly canceled it. You guys were my first choice, but I called GameStop. Hey, I need this game tonight. So I called them, hey, I traded in some things and I got the pre-order copy right here from GameStop. Think of my GameStop. I know they get a bad rep, but they pulled through and it was pristine, brand new with like the shrink wrap and everything. It was awesome. It's an arcade racer made by Milestone. It's released on current gen consoles and PC. It has heavy elements of anime, neon, cyberpunk, and EDM music. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to the beloved 360 game and PS3 game called Blur. I know, right? Blur, blast from the past. It was so beloved, including me. So it begs the question, does the anime cyberpunk arcade racer hold up in today's standards? Does it really resemble Blur? And why am I even talking about this even though I am a dedicated movie review channel? Find out as we talk about it. The vibe. The first time I heard about this game, I mean, I'm looking at YouTube, right? I mean, I'm a YouTuber, right? So I'm eating, I'm going about my day, I'm watching videos. I saw top 10 upcoming games in the month of March, right? So I clicked on it. I think it said Screamer was on it and I was like, dude, I instantly perked up and got excited. I went to my PS5 and I wishlisted it and I kind of forgot about it for a week. I didn't know it was coming out that fast. I thought it was going to come out like later in the year, but look at my background. What do you see? Anime, cyberpunk, you know, neon. I love that aesthetic. So that is where I ultimately live. In the previous movie reviews that I've done on this channel, I always tell the viewers, hey, I am a cyberpunk, neon, futuristic, house music, martini, anime, romance type dude. And everything that I just said, most of it is in the game. So I knew, so the game was coming up, right? I was like, oh my God, I have to pre-order it, right? I've done very few, I think I've only done one video game like impressions or video on my channel, so please subscribe. It would mean the world to us. It was Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I just had to talk about that. But this one's about gaming, so please let me know if you want to see more gaming content. I heard a lot of comparisons to the game Blur, right? Now that game was amazing. I played the beta, I got the retail copy, I was playing online, I was on top of the leaderboards, right? This was when it came out in Chicago, right? I love the licensed cars, the power-ups that you can get, and it felt cool. It had the neon real-world aesthetic to it. It's hard to play it now, so I wanted a spiritual successor, and I bought this. So keep in mind, things change, life changed. I started having a girlfriend, go to school, college and that, so I had to stop playing it. The story. All right, let's talk about the story because I am a movie channel first, so I'm definitely going to talk about the narrative. Remember, these are my first impressions, so this isn't a full review per se, but please subscribe to let us know so we can make better gaming content for you guys. The estimated time to beat the story mode is around the 15 to 20 hour mark, right? I just have under maybe roughly 5 hours of gameplay on my dashboard for PlayStation, and I'm sitting around 38% completion, so I'm definitely going to take a while. But you unlock character, gear, cosmetics, which is pretty cool that you can use in other modes. Next part might turn off the viewers, but not to me. I mean, kind of it did. So the story is told through traditional cutscenes, but it's more of a visual style storyboards where you read the text. Yeah, it's kind of upsetting that the cutscenes were few and far between. I mean, this is kind of like a double A. I heard some rumors saying that it was like a double A plus studio. So most of the time you'll see characters in visual novel stylizations. They move around the screen, they mouse turn, you read the text, you hear what they sound like even though it's in different languages, and they move. It's kind of static. I couldn't help to feel let down. I'm like, dude, you're releasing this game in 2026. I get it, it's not AAA. I understand, but so you gotta understand that it's kind. I mean, even for me, I'm like, all right, well, even watching anime is kind of better. I was kind of getting bored. I was like, come on, let's get to the next beat, the next race, whatever, right? But some of the storylines in terms of like interpersonal connections could be nice. One thing that I found pretty interesting is the highly advanced thing called the ecosystem. It's used in vehicles when you race, but it's also ingrained in their society and chips. It gives this high fantasy cyberpunk vibe. Think of the fighting game Tekken 8, right? And the reason why I bring Tekken 8 up, every character talks in their native tongue in the language, right? So I hear English, French, Japanese, and a few others. I haven't heard Latino or Spanish speaking because I'm half Mexican, so that's kind of upsetting. But they all completely understand each other when they talk, which is awesome because, dude, you completely, like, that's amazing. We don't need people that don't understand each other. Like, yes, that should be the norm going forward. What Tekken in this game did in terms of, like, people talking their native tongue and understanding each other, I'm like, dude, that is beautiful. The story, the tournament follows different groups of 3, right? All competing for this tournament around $100 billion. These characters have motivations, motivations, they have history, they have links with each other. Some of them may even start relationships, no spoilers here. It's intrigue, drama, and scandalous at every turn. I think that is a quote from Colin Hoover's Regretting You movie that came out back in October of 2025. I just had to put it here. One last thing about the story is the voice acting is sublime and superb. The main character, Hiroshi, is voiced by Aleks Lee. Now, why is that so significant, you may ask? Well, if you love anime, and this is an anime style video game, he is the voice of Sung Jinwoo from the English dub of Solo Leveling. Now, that definitely should be a mark on your radar, because Solo Leveling is not just a regular amazing anime, it transcends the medium, honestly. He also voices the English dub of Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, which the movie just came back out in September of 2025. The gameplay, now let's talk about the gameplay, because in video games, gameplay is king, right? The game offers a lot of single player arcade modes with equal settings, members only, free for all, leaders, the story, the tournament, and online rank play. It says coming soon, so it's gonna take a while. I'm definitely gunning for the top of the leaderboards like I did with Blur, just letting you know. But every single character that you choose to race, the soundtrack dynamically changes to accommodate their playstyle. Every character, just like in the storyboard section, uses the ecosystem. It sits on top of your eye, navigating your abilities, letting you boost, shield, and strike and to overtake your opponents. Sometimes you can unlock this rare high-skilled mechanic called Overdrive. I haven't yet. Basically turns your car into a bullet bill in Mario Kart. Distorts everything around you, but once you hit a wall or curve, you knock out and use ground, which is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. You steer with the left stick, but you drift with the right, so it can be a little daunting for new players because there's so many mechanics thrown at you. However, I always try to do the story mode first, and it drips everything to you slowly. You start with basic racing, then just boost, and eventually you finesse the system with different tracks, time of day, and weather conditions, which is a nice touch. It's all about resource management. Do your opponent have shields? Are ready to strike you? Is an overdrive coming up? It's like Overwatch. If you really want to be ingrained with the mechanics, it can help to be engaging, but a little overwhelming for new and frustrating for new audiences as well. I was really hoping it will be a spiritual successor like they did with Blur in the previews and reviews, and I couldn't help to feel a little disappointed. Maybe because Blur was such a high standard of a video game, to be honest with you. But keep in mind, I only have a few hours of first impressions for Streamer. Just like a fighting game is going to take a while to find your main character, because every car handles surprisingly different. I thought they were all going to be like copy and paste and just going to be aesthetics, but no. Some cars handle better in terms of the left steering, but others like Hina drift so perfect with tracks with tight turns that finding your specific style is going to take time and might be negative for onboarding impatient players. One thing that I found particularly exciting was with the DualSense controller. When you're driving, R2 is your gas, right? And then you hit L1 as your shields or your burst, and R1 is your shields, right? But L1 is your boost, right? So when you hit the boost, I don't know if I can do it right now. When you're holding it down, you feel the rumbles of the triggers because the DualSense have that like remote. So when you're holding it down, it feels weird. It's like vibrating so good. It's like the triggers, you know? And I thought that was pretty a nice touch. Although when you play online, when I'm trying to get it on top of the leaderboards, I don't know if I'll keep it on because I want to destroy my opponents and be on top. Okay, quick update. I actually tried online trial. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not online ranked play because it says it's coming soon. I jumped in for an hour, and guess what? I won my first match. I know, shocker, right? I wanted to be on the top of the leaderboards, and thank God the first match I did online was on top. It's chaotic, but it's so much fun. You can press on the directional pad on the DualSense to make your character say something crazy, but you can also constantly hear other players attacking, shielding, and boosting around you. It can be frustrating though. Once you hit a wall or a specific angle, because there's so many characters online, you can lose all your momentum, and it's so incredibly hard to catch up. On the flip side, if you manage to break away and get first place early, everyone else be in the dust fighting for scraps when they cannot catch you. So I think my main lobby was like 6 real players, and then the game says, oh, we're gonna fill it with AI. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But the AI is actually surprisingly strong. Sometimes they would come in first place, maybe because we still don't know the tracks. The AI is really good. One important note when you're playing online rank play, sometimes you can still lose. So one of the times I got first place and no one was able to catch me, right? It was like a team race. So my teammate was fighting for scraps in the background. I don't think he or she was supposed to know that they were a member, so their goal was to destroy the other teammates. But that person sucked. I wanted to like message them, like, but it's like the beginning of the game. I'm like, come on. on, bro, like try. I guess like we still lost, so I came in first place, right? And this person, I don't know what place he came in, but and the scoreboard at the end, we still like came in fourth place. I'm like, why? I was in first place. I think it gives you points for destroying other teammates, so it encourages you to strike. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like you're in the meat grinder of destroying other people, and you couldn't get our scores up. Whatever. I mean, that was kind of my fault. I went in first place too good, but still, there's a lot of tweaking and balance updates that they need, which I don't know if they will because it's not marketed as a live service game. I mean, the gameplay is there, and this is coming soon, so we might. You never know. The sales are good, reviews are good. They might still tweak it. The final grade. So one thing too, I'm playing on a Sony Bravia OLED TV, and it looks mesmerizing, right? But the neon lights is awesome, right? But when I play too much or when I look at the visual storyline, it can hurt my eyes. When I'm racing, that doesn't have the problem. But when I have like to see just like storyboards, it hurts my eyes. I love the anime. I love cyberpunk. I love neon. This game shines bright when you're fighting inside or racing the neon lit streets. Sometimes the chaos and destruction can be outside the town, which I'm like, I don't care about forest. I don't care about this. But with the raining and soaking, I'm like, all right, this is a nice touch. But the game works well when it's focused on like the cyberpunk neon aesthetics inside the city, right? First impressions are good. I definitely see this in my like lifelong journey of like playing video games. I don't know how long it'll keep my interest. I mean, hopefully it does, but if rank play is too much hard, I'll just go back to Tekken 8 because Tekken 8, I'm trying to grind for the top spot. But yeah, I encountered 0 bugs during my first initial impressions. At the end of the day, I'm going to give this a grade B-. I do see myself playing it for the upcoming months. Please, guys, let me know in the comments below and subscribe. What can I do better for gaming content for you guys? If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Please subscribe, hitting that like button so you let us know, and comment to let me know what I can do better for you. And with that, take care. Bye.